What is up, guys? Justice here, and you might notice a little change of scenery. I'm in Montego Bay, Jamaica, on vacation with my family, but I wanted to get some footage up. I wanted to get some content out there for you guys. Excuse the extra sound. There's a lot going on, kids playing and stuff like that at the pool. There's construction going on a little bit further down, so I'm gonna do my best and try to get this out regardless of those distractions, because when I run out of daylight, this isn't possible. Today, we're gonna talk about something that's sort of an opinion of mine, and you may disagree, and if you do, that's fine. There's reasons for both, but I'm going to give you my opinion on this and then back it up through some explanations that make a lot of sense to me and may make a lot of sense to you as well. So if you wanna power lift, I believe you should bodybuild before you power lift. I think you should start with bodybuilding type training, at least primarily. You can do sort of a bit of both, but I would focus more on building some size before you went to build pure strength. Now, why do I say this? Well, the first reason is kind of vain, but if you lift a lot, especially if you're able to do a lot, you want to look like that, right? So by focusing on bodybuilding, the whole lifestyle, the nutrition side of things, the looking good side of things, you're going to make sure that you at least look like you train as hard as you're going to as a powerlifter. So the first thing is just looking good. I think that's important. You should look good. You should look like you lift if you lift a lot. And to me, at least, that's important enough to add that in as reason number one. The second reason is because with more muscle tissue available, if you build up those muscles with hypertrophy and you have more there, your potential of strength will be more, because you'll simply have more hardware, you could say, there to use towards strength. So simply more muscle, more strength. With that more muscle there, you'll have more potential to be stronger. And you can see that a lot of people like Dan Green, he's a very developed powerlifter. Lane Norton is another lifter who started as a bodybuilder, ended up doing really well in powerlifting, partly because he had that muscle. The next reason is the mind-muscle connection. This is something that is like sort of fictional. There's no studies on it, but it's something that is important, because when you learn to feel how your muscles are working, it can help you target certain areas. Maybe if you have weak areas, work on those and make sure everything is working how it should when you're doing those big lifts. So to really get that mind-muscle connection, you have to bodybuild train, you have to use lighter weight, you have to make sure that the muscle that you want to be working is working to move the weight, because the way our bodies are designed, you can do the same function, move the same limbs many different ways. But if you're doing like a row, right, and you want to target your back, you want to make sure that your lat is doing the majority of that and not the biceps, because you are flexing at the arm. That can either happen passively or the bicep can aid in that. So that's just a small example, but you want to have that mind-muscle connection. It's very valuable, and it's something that people miss out on if they jump into powerlifting and don't do any bodybuilding training at all. Another reason, and this is probably the last one, why I think that beginners should bodybuild before they powerlift, is because typically with bodybuilding training, and this is typically, you're going to be using higher rep ranges and lower load. And by doing this, you're going to decrease your chance of injury. So for especially like movements like squats and deads, you'll be able to do more reps, be able to do it with less weight, so there's less chance of injury, but work on that motor pattern a lot by the amount of reps that you're doing, and then build up those muscles that you're gonna be using to do those later for less reps. Now, of course, you should be doing multiple rep ranges, whether you are focused on powerlifting or bodybuilding, but obviously for bodybuilding, from a practical standpoint, you're probably gonna be doing higher reps with lower load to get more hypertrophy or muscle size, muscle growth over time. So that's it. That's why I think you should start by bodybuilding before you powerlift. Really, there's reasons for the other way around as well. You can let me know in the comments below what you think, maybe what your experience was. I started out bodybuilding. I still wanna call myself a power lifter, but I definitely draw from both, and I like to do both to improve my strength and also get me looking like I lift, because that's important to me. So depending on what's important to you, of course, and depending on, you know, maybe how you started, you may feel different. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all that stuff, linked all below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.